All right, if you want to do a wire tuck and you're just like you just want to clean up your bay, but you're just absolutely afraid to do it, I understand. Like I said, I'm just not afraid of ripping stuff apart, and I have my wife's vehicle that we carpool in, so she's always pleased to lend a helping hand for weeks, sometimes months at a time. Anyway, so I personally removed my intake manifold because it was so much easier. So once you get the intake manifold off, obviously the fuel rail, the upper intercooler pipe, the lower intercooler pipe, your throttle body, which I painted mine gold, just something a little different, and then I did kind of the gold rivets and stuff. And yes, I use spray paint, and it's not permanent. I just kind of wanted to change it up because I don't do a lot of bay showing, but it's more for me, I guess. So anyway, so rip all that out, and then once you get everything done, you're gonna have a huge mess of wires coming from your ECU, and then your this, I don't know why I can't think of it, don't judge me. You're gonna have this huge mess of wires hanging out here. What you're gonna do is start stripping some of them, and you're gonna kind of start to route them where you're gonna go. The only one I had to extend was this one back here. Right there. Sorry for the horrible lighting again. And then I just tucked the wire down below, so you can't even see it, to keep it away from the belt, and then through. The hardest part is getting all the injector wires and everything to go through, because the bottom of your intake manifold's open, but you also have to make sure that everything routes properly and drops and it has enough extension. Now there are some, like the injector wires, let me see, this one for sure, I think it was that one, and then maybe this one back here. I actually had to take the spool and kind of cut it, and then kind of unwind just those specific wires, and then I tape those separately and then disconnect them, or excuse me, not disconnect them, but then make sure that they reach where I'm trying to put them. Other than that, that was the only wire I had to cut. I did not have to cut anything else. So basically, once you get it going, you kind of piece it together, run that wire, make sure it reaches. Yep, reaches, and then just start tucking, make sure it's done how you want it. I would like all of this to be cleaned up, but it's a little hard when it's coming directly off the front of the intake manifold. But also another thing I did is, if you have that factory gaudy harness right here, I deleted mine, and then you're supposed to also have, I think it's 3 or 4 steel lines right here, which I did keep these because they're fuel. I don't mess with fuel lines really. And I replaced everything, so all of these lines are single lines now. They run from front to back, and then I tried my best to tuck, but you can't always tuck everything. That one's a fuel line, and it's the factory line, so that's why it looks like that. Let's see. All right, guys, thanks for watching my factory wire tuck video. If you have any questions, I know I didn't video me doing it. I wish I would have the other day, but it should take you, if you know what you're doing, I'd say 2 hours. If you don't know what you're doing, plan on like 4 or 5. Take an afternoon or an evening. Take your time. Don't rush it. If you have any questions at all, drop them in, and I will respond the best I possibly can. One tip for all the harnesses is basically everyone has a male and a female, so just unplug everything. Then you'll get to a point where there are 4 circular ones. They're kind of like flipped. And that's exactly, once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They're 2 circles. One's got they don't look like they go together, but they'll basically be like this. One goes to one route and one goes to the other, and you'll know where your wires go based off of the extension of the harnesses. So just be sure to, you can label them. If you do the hoses, label them. Label. The wires, not as big of a deal because they either go up or they go down. And most of them go down. And you'd be surprised how many freaking drop down underneath the manifold. But anyway, go ahead and get all those clips out. There's 2, I think they're 10 or 12 millimeter bolts that hold brackets, hold on the intake manifold underneath, and then 2, 4, 6 or 8 on top. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to help you. Just drop your comments in the comment box below. I will eventually learn how to speak. Also, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and then check out my Instagram, same as this, BRNDN, Evo X. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy tucking.